The research is actually quite promising in that we found that students actually gain a lot in learning strategies, surprisingly, in that they've discovered a lot of ways to figure out how to say new expressions, to have a conversation, and so they draw on a lot of strategies. And what's really wonderful about that is those strategies can then be transferred back and used in other situations, and in particular back in their first language. We've seen the same thing happen with reading and numeracy skills, in that when they learn to read in one language, they can extrapolate and use those same skills in the second language. And the same applies for math. So those skills and strategies can be really useful, and they're very transferable. So that's one really positive thing. Something else we've learned is that students who have to figure out what to say, is this the right context, is this the right verb, those kind of problem-solving skills come in really handy, but they also change how your brain works, and those kind of problem-solving strategies, that creativity, that also stays there, and those students tend to have that more flexible thinking. So that's really promising. And I think another thing that would be expected is students that have more language background are also more confident language speakers, because they know a lot more, they have an understanding of how the structures work, and so that confidence comes into play. And also those students who have a really good understanding of words and language, it actually benefits their first language. And I can think of my own example. When I learned French verbs, suddenly I had a really good understanding of how the English verbs worked. And so the two can play in really nicely together.
Second language actually add to the, or increases first language, like skills and reception. And research has found that like learning a second language improves attention span, and like the student becomes a divergent thinker, and they become like actually more capable or able to handle more complex situations.